Hello everyone, this is your girl Retro Star, and we're about to, we're definitely getting ready to do some more Power Blade. This time we're going to be doing Power Blade on the Expert mode. Yes, this is my second run of this game. I decided I wanted to go ahead on and do the Expert mode on this game. The difference between the Expert mode and the regular mode is the Expert mode you get shorter time to beat the stages, and plus when you're jumping up in the air and you get hit by an enemy, you'll get knocked back instead of it just running through your character. So it you have to do everything in a timely manner, and you have to make sure that when you're making your jumps across any pit or whatever, just be cautioned that once you get hit, you will get knocked into the pit. So you might want to try to avoid getting hit by enemies. So that's pretty much the difference between the two. Just a little slight difference. I thought I'd just do the Expert mode as well. Why not? This is one of my latest runs for 2021 haul. I've got a lot of runs that I did this year. It wasn't exactly a great year for us, so hopefully 2022 I'll be able to get all of these 2021 games uploaded to YouTube, and we were going to be definitely doing a lot of live runs in arcades and stuff like that for 2022. A lot of great runs, a lot of legendary runs. So, but I got a whole bunch of runs that definitely for 2021. So I'll be glad to get all of that uploaded to you guys so that you can see how my 2021 haul was. As you can see, the year was pretty shitty for me. So hopefully this year coming up it will be better. Of course, Power Blade from Tato, 1991. Apparently I missed this game growing up. I think by 91 I was pretty much had moved on to the 16-bit consoles. I got my early part of 91. I had moved on to the Sega Genesis and was playing 16-bit games and arcade games and all of that. So there's plenty of reasons why I missed this one. Because once I moved on to my Genesis, it was all about the Genesis, pretty much. This is a great game. I pretty much regret missing this one. This is an absolute great game, fun game, not hard at all. I mean, anyone could do a no-death run in this. That practice, if you practice makes perfect. As with my last run, I performed some glitches. I usually are not about glitches, but I thought I'd try something new and something different. Just perform a couple of glitches in the game, and glitches are pretty easy to do. As you can see right there, I performed a glitch on a boss. As you can see in my last run, how you can do that glitch is really easy. Is basically just use your grenades. Once you enter, if I haven't told you this in my last, which I probably did, in my last run, once you enter the boss's chambers, you have to press the grenade button, and you have to do it right before the battle starts. And if you do it in a timely manner, it will absolutely take him out in one hit. So it basically just, you grenade him, and it just, when his life fills up, it knocks it back all the way. It's really easy to do. I learned it probably in my first try. So I'm like, okay, well, I can deal with this. It doesn't exactly work with all the bosses though. It only works with certain bosses. I think it works with the first boss, second boss, fourth boss. Doesn't work with the third boss. It works with the fifth boss, not the sixth boss, and not the seventh boss. So you only got two. This works stage one, stage two, not stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, and that's it. You have to completely, you're on your own when you enter, when you go to the 6th boss and the 7th boss, which is the final boss. It only works with those bosses. So I thought I'd perform some glitches on this game. Something different that I've never done before, because I've never really done any glitches before. And I'm just sort of experimenting a little bit and you know, learning some glitches and learning a few tricks. So this is a great game. Definitely, if you have not tried this game, you should definitely try it. This is a very fun game. Easy to learn, easy to play, easy to beat. You know, once you've learned it. Easy, no death run. Very easy, in my opinion. It didn't take me long to no death run this one at all. Not bragging or being cocky. Just basically just giving you my stats on how I like this game. This game was just really fun. And it doesn't seem like work at all, no death running it, because you know that's how fun it is. It doesn't seem like work at all. However, in the expert mode, you have to just be very mindful, and you know, especially when you're jumping over pits and all of that, because you get hit in mid-air, you're going to be knocked back, and you will definitely suffer a death. That's if you're trying to no death run it. So that's pretty much the difference between the regular runs and the normal runs, and then the expert runs. You got normal and you got expert. So I did both. I did normal and expert. I'm going to attempt to try to do a speed run in this game, because when if you're going to do a speed run in this game, you absolutely cannot use the expert mode, because it will the knockbacks will sort of take some time off. It will slow you down a little. So if you can run through the enemies, you know, they give you enough life up there where you can suffer a few hits, and then you can redeem yourself by killing enemies and getting the hamburgers and getting the life to fill your life back up. You know, while you can just completely run through them and they won't knock you back. So I highly recommend it if you speed run it. You do it on normal. Do not do it on expert. So I'm going to perform another glitch in a minute. Something that's actually doesn't really, just all the matters of knowing where to jump. You don't have to tap any buttons or do any fancy finger work. See, right there, you can walk completely through the wall. It's called the invisible wall. You walk completely through the wall just by jumping on it. You don't have to perform any type of move with your hands. As you can see, the glitch, the which you call the grenade glitch, works with 1, 2, 4, and 5. Does not work on 3. Does not work on the boss, the 3rd boss. It does not work on the 6th boss and 7th boss. So basically, you can take out, you know, pretty much all the bosses with that glitch, which I find it pretty fascinating. I'm like, damn, and it was very easy to do. It wasn't hard to do at all. You got some glitches that are hard to do, and you got some glitches that are easy to do. Well, I learned it in my first try, and I think it's easy to do. I thought doing a couple runs with the glitch, just make it more interesting. I usually don't do glitches. I'm a no death runner. But I thought I'd try a little something different with this game. I'm definitely going to do Power Blade 2. Power Blade 2 is on another level. It's a harder game. Definitely they upped the ante in Power Blade 2. But I'm definitely going to do a no death run in that one too. Where there's a will, there's always a way, no matter how hard the game is. That's part of why I love no death running, is because I can definitely know that, you know, with each challenge is what keeps me going. With each challenge of the game, of how hard the game is what keeps me going. So we're going to definitely knock that one out. In my opinion, I absolutely do like the first one better than the second one. The second one seems cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it does have a lot of things that the first one doesn't have. but it's definitely on another level as far as challenge. But if you want a pretty laid back game, straightforward, this is the way to go right here. Really straightforward. You go through all the stages with bosses. You can make your own pattern in which stages you want to go to. To me, this is the hardest stage of the game. This is the 4th stage, and this is the hardest stage in the entire game. But again, still very fun. Very straightforward, to the point. You know, you love to the point games that don't run you around finding this and finding that. You can pretty much do it in the order that you want. I remember I started out doing the first stage, the second, or whatever. But to me, you know, I try to tackle the stages. My method is tackling the stages that I have the hardest times with. I try tackling those first, and get those out of the way, so that in the end, it could be smooth sailing. You know, heading toward the final stage. Yeah, guys, this is the last part of 2021 that I'm doing this video. These are the last hauls of 2021 no death runs that I've been doing the entire year. I've got a lot of games I did over the summer, a lot of games I did in you know, first part of the holidays and everything, and those were in due time are going to be uploaded really soon. Just had a really tough year, guys. Really, this year has been really tough and been really trying. As you can see, this is the hardest part of the stage, because right here, when you're doing it on expert mode, you got to be careful, because you see that boss that just came in pretty fast. If I would have got hit by that boss, he would absolutely pull me right off the platform. So I have to absolutely be careful when I jump, because those guys can appear out of nowhere and knock me right into the pit, and then I have to start the game over. So as you can see, I'm completely being careful right here. Completely being careful with the jumps. You know, not trying to do it too fast, because if I get hit, that's it. I will get knocked back into the pit, and that will be a loss. But I think the bosses, the enemies have to hit you with their body in order for you to get knocked back. So now that I got past that part, you know, you go straight up here, and then you just hit some enemies, and then you go straight to the boss. Pretty cool, pretty cool. This is a very fun game. I would have liked to have given it a chance, but like I said, once I got my Genesis, that was it. And as you can see, stage 4, you can perform the glitch. Very easy to do if you ever want to try it. Make sure that you have, when you get to the bosses, make sure that you have your grenade on hand and ready. When you get into the chambers, you have to mash that button right then and there. And you know what I'm saying, before the battle begins. And if you do it in time, you know what I'm saying, it'll end right, just as it's beginning, it will end right there. Really easy, very easy glitch. As now I'm entering the section 6. I'm being approached by some ugly ass little fishes down there. He runs. It was pretty straightforward run, you know. He doesn't like slide like a lot of the NES characters I see. He's actually the most realistic running character, NES character that I've ever seen. Either the NES character do slides, or they'll do like little, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much runs like you're supposed to run, like a normal human being supposed to run, which looks pretty cool. He puts these huge strides into his run, so I can imagine he probably gets tired when he's running all the time. You get the ID cards, which will get you into. You have to make sure you know where those cards are. sometimes they'll put it in places where, you know, where it's pretty easy to find. In other stages, you have to look for them. Pretty easy. I'm going to perform a little glitch right here. What the glitch does, it allows me to jump right in between that little spot right there. As you can see, I did that. It took a few tries. I'm still trying to master it, you know. As it took a couple tries to try to get that going, maybe 3. But, you know, with a little more practice, you know, once I do the speed run, I'm going to have to learn how to do that on my very first try, because, you know, it absolutely could hurt my time. So, I think I'm going to perform another little glitch to try to get on the platform above. Here, I'm sort of having a little trouble with this. I'm still trying to master it where I could do it in one try, because like I said, you do a speed run and you have to do this right here, it will kill your time. So you got to learn how to do these things in one try when you're doing speed runs. You have to absolutely master it. So as you can see, it takes a few. I'm trying to get it done. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it. I'm just trying to get better at it. You saw what happened. You saw how he just got up there. It's pretty easy. You know, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. And like I said, you do a speed run, you have to do those things in one try in order for them to be really effective. You can't sit there and do that for 5 minutes. That's for sure. Then it would no longer be a speed run. This is not a speed run that I'm doing. This is actually a regular run. I'm just doing it on expert mode, and I'm just performing some of the glitches that I absolutely wanted to do a glitched run. I'm probably gonna do more glitched runs, no death runs for the year 2022, and maybe some speed runs. I'm gonna do more speed runs. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more than just no death running the games. I'll probably no death to run the games first, and then maybe on the second and third run do a speed run. We're coming up on stage 6 boss, which you absolutely, for some reason, you cannot use the glitch to win. They only work on certain bosses. I'm not sure why. But they don't work. It does not work on this boss. So I have to kill this boss. I have to kill this boss normally, on the norm, which isn't hard to do. These bosses are not hard to kill. I can definitely kill them without the glitches. The glitches just makes it more interesting. As you can see, all he does is just walks around and jumps, and you just have to go under his legs and just continue to hit him with that boomerang, and that's it. That's pretty much all you have to do. The bosses in this game is pretty simple, pretty easy. So I'm like, okay, well, they're not very hard. So I thought doing the glitch would just make it a little more interesting. So we finished sector 6. Finishing up sector 6. And we're gonna go to sector 3. As you can see, I found my own pattern that I'm comfortable with. I try to get the ones out of the way that I think is a big problem early in the game, so that I can leave all the ones left that are easy, leading up to the final stage. I have to be very careful up here. See, when you get on the platforms, I have to perform that because those things that come in and knock me off the platform, I've died many times to trying to dodge them. But if they hit you, you will get knocked back like they do. They do the same knockback back in Castlevania. In the Castlevania game, it'll knock you back, and you absolutely will fall into the pit. So I had to perform that little the grenade so that I can avoid getting hit by those guys. Other than that, pretty easy. You know, expert mode is pretty smooth sailing. Just, you know, you don't get enough time. They give you a short amount of time to finish the stage, and you have to do it in a timely manner. You have to finish the stages quick. If you don't finish the stages quick, you will die. Your time runs out. You will lose a life. So I have those two things, just those two things working against me, and not getting hit by the bosses in mid-air, where you will get knocked back. So any situation where I'm going to jump on a platform that's a small platform, and there's a boss that's going to meet me halfway in the air, I got to make sure I take him out with a grenade first, or I will get knocked back into the pit. So that's pretty much it for the expert mode. Pretty fun game. If you want a challenge, do expert mode. Which isn't that hard to do. You just have to beat the games faster. As you can see, you saw those frogs. They could cause a problem for me if I get hit by them. So I have to really be careful jumping onto the platforms and not getting hit by them. I don't think the bullets that they're shooting out is going to make me jump back, but if I hit them, absolutely going to cause me to fall. So I have to absolutely be careful right here and just move with caution. Go and get the suit. The suit makes me very powerful. You know, I try to keep the suit as much as I can. But you can still, with the suit, you can still get hurt and knocked back into the pit. And I believe this has like really little spots that you have to be careful with. You know, you make sure when you're making those jumps with the pits at the bottom that you don't get hit by the bosses. I mean, not bosses, but the enemies, the little enemies there. So as you can see, I'm being very careful here. And here's an area where I could absolutely have trouble. So gotta be careful not to get hit by the fish, and try to move in a timely manner and not lollygag, because then I would eventually get hit by the fish and it will knock me right off of there. Now approaching third boss. Like I said, the third boss, you cannot do the grenade glitch on the third boss. You have to defeat the third boss. You have to defeat the regular way. So basically what I find out is you can defeat them faster by starting on the left side, starting on the left little honeycomb thing there, and work your way over to the right. That way you can cut back on losing time. As you can see, I got a minute and 30 seconds there. I don't want to spend too much time trying to beat this boss and lose a life over this easy ass boss. Pretty easy. You know what I mean? I'm pretty powerful, so all I have to do is just make sure I constantly hit those little bees when they come out. Down to the last one. Pretty easy peasy stuff there. Alright. Sector 3 down. As you can see, I created my own little pattern with Sector 3. I usually go by the... at first I started out doing it in the right order. But as you can see, it works better doing it... go from difficult to less difficult. Do the most difficult stages first, and do the easiest one last. So now we're here where this is Sector 5. You can actually do a glitch, do a grenade glitch for this boss. So I'm definitely going to perform a what you call a wall jump. I'm not sure what they call that glitch. Basically what I do is just jump up on high platforms that you normally can't jump on, or you won't be able to jump. this stage here, stage 5, is pretty easy. Pretty short. Everything is within reach of each other, and you can find everything right there, which makes it, that's what makes it simple and easy. So you don't have to run around the whole entire map and run out the time, because they don't give you as much time as they do in the normal runs. Basically taking a shortcut, just get in the car and going straight to the boss. So you absolutely taking a shortcut here. When you have to go around, all I have to do is just make that jump and go straight to the boss. That is a complete time saver there. You save a lot of time for sure. So I haven't quite mastered this yet. Of course, see what just happened? How he just got booted up to the platform when he normally cannot jump high enough to get up there. And as you can see, I did the grenade glitch on Sector 5 boss. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Just do it at the right time. It's easy. That glitch is pretty easy. Really easy. Anybody can learn that. I just thought it was pretty interesting. Because, the bosses pretty much bore me in this game. So I'm like, okay, I could do a glitch. Alright, so now I'm going to be headed to Sector 7, which is the final stage of the game. And you cannot do no glitches on the final boss. You have to defeat the final boss the regular way. No glitches on the final boss. Which, the final boss is pretty easy and pretty simple to me. So I'm fine with that. But you find a lot of suits. I think you have 2 suits that you can find on the stage. You can find 2 suits. And you can find at least 3. I don't know if those things are rations or whatever, when it fills up your life. Whenever you need to fill your life up. So once you get to the boss, you have to take out a boss in 2 forms. The boss has a one form and then has a second form. And you'll have plenty of life to take them out. So I would just suggest you grab and use the suits and get the little rations. I say that because they look like the little rations from Metal Gear. I call them little rations. What they do is they give you a full bar of life. So you can guarantee your win on the final boss. And that's it. This game has really, really good music. I love the score in this game. I mean, every stage has a really, really, really catchy tune. It's really, really nice. The graphics is nice. And the game, I've never seen gameplay as sharp as this. As you see, I can get the rations right there. This has got pretty solid gameplay that I've ever seen. I think that's what makes it fun, is the gameplay is solid in this game. And it's not slippery. When you're jumping the platforms, you're not slipping off. It's not sloppy gameplay. It's pretty solid gameplay, which makes this game, definitely give it a 9 in my book. A definite 9, a solid 9 for solid gameplay, and just absolutely just a lot of fun. The fun factor, as you can see, I played this game twice and no death run it twice because it's just that fun, and I'm going to no death run it again doing a speed run, and that will be 3 times. but definitely a solid 9 for this game because of the solid gameplay. This gameplay's got some of the most solid and just wholesome gameplay that I've ever seen in any game. And that gives it a definite booster. It makes it a lot more tolerable and a lot more fun. Versus some games that I've played on the NES where you jump on platforms and you slip off. Or your guy will make extra steps. When you land on a platform in this game, you stick the landing. You don't do extra steps. And that's what I like. That's solid gameplay. You know, whatever you want your man to do, he does. And that's what makes it, that's what gives it an almost 10 rating in my book. What would have definitely got this game to 10 would probably been maybe more stages. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit more challenge. And maybe longer. Definitely harder bosses. You know, the bosses are really mediocre and they're easy. If the bosses were a little bit harder or a little bit more challenging, this would have definitely got a 10. And if the game was a little bit longer, it would definitely got a 10. But definitely for the gameplay in itself and just the fun factor of the game, gives it a 9. Definitely. So this is one of my late 2021 no death runs on expert mode for Power Blade 1991 NES. We're heading toward the final boss of the entire game. Well, I'm glad you guys are going to enjoy this, have enjoyed this run with me and hung out with me, and we're headed toward the end. Pretty much right here. I have to pretty much like sort of psych out the little thing that comes out and just sort of give him a slap on the side of the head. So this is the first form of the final boss here. Pretty simple. Just rinse and repeat. Keep doing that until he dies. Save all of your energy for the second form of the boss. Pretty simple here. I almost attempted to try to hit him twice. But no, you have to be patient and just take him out and try not to get hurt too badly because it's another form of a boss. And this is the absolute real boss that you are going to go up against. So basically, do here, I say just stand back. Those little rings or whatever those things that is coming down there, and you try to stand in between them. You're going to get hit once or twice, don't worry about it. You got the rations, so just stand there, and I would say let the boomerang do his job. And just hit that red spot in the middle as much as you can, and you'll definitely fall fast, as he did. Yeah! No death run. Expert mode, expert, no death run. On expert. Yes, we did it. Very fun run. Thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned for the sweet speed run that we're going to do in the beginning of the year of this game and Power Blade 2. Thank you, and have a good evening. Let's say 1 minute. Keep it retro. Keep it fucking retro.